Good evening, everyone. My name is Mehta Devanshi, and currently I am working as a temporary assistant professor in Department of Business Economics at the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. Uh, Today, on the sixth day of our 10-day online workshop on research analytics for the social sciences, I welcome all the participants and the team to today's session. I welcome our speaker, Dr. Prashant Vadikar, sir. And Dr. Prashant Vadikar, sir, has 17 years of experience in research and teaching. In higher education, he has published 10 research papers, including 5 Scopus Index journals. He has also published 4 articles in as book chapters and 1 book. His keen areas of research broadly include econometrics, macroeconomics, public finance, and water economics. Today, we are glad that Dr. Prashant Vadikar sir has given us time to learn from his vast expertise in research and teaching. I welcome Dr. Prashant sir to the workshop, and a small request to the participants that during the session, please keep yourself muted. Please keep your videos off during the session so that unnecessary disturbance will not be created. I also kindly request all to please maintain the decorum of the session, as if the discipline and the decorum is not maintained, we will sadly have to remove those participants. I wish you all a happy learning for today's session and upcoming days. We will start with the session, and I hand over the stage to Dr. Prashant Vadikar, sir. Prashant sir, over to you, sir.
Good evening, one and all. Good evening, one and all. And I would like to just in beginning, I am taking help of one of my student, and I am operating from his laptop. So initially, I will operate from this because my video is not working. So that some issues are there. Sorry for that.
Dr. Prashant sir, Dr. Prashant
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you just come a little closer to the screen? Maybe then you will be visible. You can try that. Or you can, or sir, you can try to remove the background in case clarity is not there.
Okay. Yes.
Participant sir will join in a minute. He is adjusting his camera angle so that he is clearly visible. Please give us 2 to 3 minutes of time. Thank you.
Dear participants, we will be starting in 2 to 3 minutes. Prashant sir, Dr. Prashant sir will be joining in 2 to 3 minutes. Kindly give us the time.
So I am already in. Only there is an issue with video.
Sir, you can remove the background, which will help in clear video of yourself, sir.
No issue. Uh, Now I am available.
Yes, sir. Sir, you can remove the background. It will help in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry. Good
Sir,
evening, one and all. And I would like to welcome you all to be part of this workshop in this wonderful evening of Indian Republic Day. First of all, you know, I would like to congratulate Dr. Firdos Malik, Dr. Bhagirat Baria, and Dr. Bulla Chaudhary, the directors of the workshop and the organized committee members for organizing this workshop. Nowadays, AI/ML is a buzzword. It seems that understanding of basic statistics and artificial intelligence tools is a kind of mandatory skill which one should acquire for a successful career. It is for all fields, either social science, commerce, management, and others. To have a background of such skills, nowadays that has become mandatory. With this opening remark, let me move to my slide and let me present it.
Dr. Prashant, sir, sorry to interrupt, but I think your background still has not been removed properly. So,
Yeah, it is visible, sir. Now your presentation is visible.
Okay, I'm audible.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes. So myself, I'm Dr. Prashant Vadikar, working as an assistant professor in Department of Business Economics, Faculty of Commerce, the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. Uh, this workshop, Research Analytics for the Social Science, attenders online workshop that is organized by Vivekananda Global University, Jaipur, and Jindal Center for Global South, in collaboration with Jammu and Kashmir Economic Association and the Cafe Economics. Uh, Basically, in this workshop, my presentation, I will cover basically three topics. In very first part, I will discuss how to download eViews 12. So very first, I will discuss how to download eViews 12. And as I know that tomorrow also, we have uh, a workshop on eViews only. So you are going to practice on eViews only. So for that purpose, today I hope that all participants, they will download the same software. So first part of workshop, in that we will work on that eViews. The second part, I will discuss some of the graphic techniques with eViews, and later on, we will discuss correlation analysis with eViews. So this is the basic flow of my presentation.
Participants, this is a very strict warning. There are some people who are making lines and disturbing the flow. Please do not do it. We will have to remove you.
So this is the official website of eViews. I request you all participants, to enter on eViews website. So that is eviews.com. So you can enter in this website. So open website. So very first of all, you will, either you will Google it, eViews software, and you will come to the first page of eViews website. As you come to first page, this is the first page. In first page, you can go to about eViews, and this will show you what eViews stand for. Basically, eViews, that is a global academic software that offers researchers, corporations, government agencies, and students to access powerful statistic forecasting and modeling tool. Just I want to show you briefly that today eViews is used across the globe. It is used by over 600 central banks. It is used by Federal Reserve. It is used by reputed global agencies like International Monetary Fund and United Nations. Even it is used by World Bank. So globally across government, eViews is largely used. Apart from this, in academic universities, over 1600 universities, eViews is used. And most of academic universities and researchers from background of economics, business, finance, and others, they are using this software. In commercial side, this software that is used by different corporations, Fortune's top 100 companies. So this is the background of this software that I want to give it from website only. That is why I have come to this page. And then you come to student version. Student version. So from now wage pay, I am shifting to my presentation part. And so now you have come to a page, student version, and student version, you can see, a request page is written. A request page is written. So I request all participants to click on request page. As you click on request page, it will give you this sort of format. It will give you this sort of format. And from request page, you have to fill up this form. So this form considers first your first name, last name, email ID, your school or university, then your country, then the degree you own. So this sort of information. So please fill up this information. So as you fill up this information, and after filling this information, as you click on this point, by submitting this request, I agree with IHS email and privacy. And if you submit this, then you will receive a license for 1 year for a student version. So you will receive a serial number and eViews download link. You will receive a serial number. That serial number will have code. So you can copy this serial number. First you download eViews. So when you will download eViews, it will take hardly 3 minutes. I request all participants to download your eViews. If anybody, if you download eViews, if you have completed your download, then just let me inform. Then we will proceed ahead. So very first step, you download your eViews.
The participants are able to download eViews.
Okay. So once you have downloaded your eViews, then you run your eViews. Okay. From Jindal, from Dr. Nitasha Khatri, I have received. So this is good practice that you are messaging me that you have already downloaded it. So after downloading it, you run it. At the time of running it, from your email, you copy this serial number. And whenever it will be asked in this sort of basket, whenever the serial number will be asked to you, you paste your serial number. So after running the eViews, after pasting your eViews serial number here, and remember that this license is available to you only for 1 year, and this is student version. So in student version, there are few limitations, like you cannot store your eViews file. You cannot save your eViews file. So that is the biggest limitation. When you download eViews, make sure you are downloading it as per the compatibility of your computer. 64-bit application. If you are downloading it for Windows, then download it for Windows. If you are downloading it for Mac computer, then download it for Mac computer. So once your installation part is over, once your installation part is over, at your desktop, in your desktop, you will see a eViews 12 symbol. At your desktop, you will see eViews 12 symbol. Once you click on eViews 12 symbol, then very first time, again it will ask you for the serial number. Again it will ask you for the serial number. Again you copy your serial number and paste. Then for this, this laptop or PC, this instrument, and for this email ID, your e-views will work. So these e-views, it will work for this instrument only, this computer or this laptop only, and it will work for particular one email ID only. Suppose after 1 year, if you again want to access your e-views, then you change your email ID. Again you fill a form for student version e-views license and give another email ID, and then you can access. This is how I am using student version of e-views since last 7 to 10 years. So you can use it like that you can change your email ID, and after logging in your e-views, it will show you up to what time your or up to what date your e-views license will work. So this license, however, need to be refreshed by 2025. That sort of notice will be given to you. So this. Now, I have already shared a file with you, a workshop file that I have shared with you. So we are going to open our workshop file. So, these sort of messages are there, like create e-views work file, open an existing e-views work file, open an foreign file. You can open your file from here also. If you close this box and if you enter in file, from file, open, option open, from open, foreign data as a work file. Again, I am showing, just repeating it, from file, open your foreign data, and then you know better where you have stored your file. So like this workshop data file I have stored here, so I will go for it. Again, I'm showing, just repeating last time, from file, open, from open, foreign data as a work file, then you know where you have put your file, so you browse it from there, like workshop data file, open, then it will open like this. Now in this box, this predefined range, in predefined range, you have to select which data box you are going to open. Suppose first I want to practice bar chart, then click on bar chart. Again, I'm saying, just repeating once, from file to open foreign data work file, from there to the exact location where you have stored your file, workshop data file, and here you open first bar chart. Then next, it will show you that your data set that shows name, description, city. It will show like city, whatever data you have stored. Next, it will display how it will display. Next, then finish. Now it is giving a message that link imported series and alpha objects to external source. So you give yes. Then your data file is open now. Your data file is open now. If anybody's data file is not open, then put your cursor towards Command Explore and then data file will come. So your data file is there. So very first step is, if you want to open this January car sales, either you can double click on it. So after double click, you can open it. So just double click on it. Either you can give third click, open as a spreadsheet. So your data file is open. I hope all participants, you are following the steps. Again, I'm saying open as spreadsheet this data set. Then you will go to view option. In view option, now you may go for the things, but we want to go for graph. So you will click on graph. Once you will click on graph, it will show you this sort of box where first part is option. In option, first is basic types. So what types of graph you want to select? Obvious, we want to select bar graph. So click on bar. You want to select bar graph. So click on bar. Then from this option, it gives you how you want to set your frame. What frame border you want to keep, the width of frame border, color of frame border, any kind of background. But I think these all are not that much important. So you keep it as it is. Similarly, size and indents also don't go for change. Then axis scaling, it is showing data scaling, data axis labels, observation and date axis, grid lines. So don't change it, or initially don't try to change it. First you learn the basic things, then you may try to change it and you may have a look. The important part is graph elements. The important part is graph elements. In graph elements, first option is showing you line and symbol. Even there is no need to change this line and symbol. Fill area. The fill area, it is there. That will, if you want to change color, that it will give you that sort of options. So very first, I will click on OK and I will have a graph. So now I am having this graph. So this graph you have. Suppose you want to make few changes in this graph. Again, you enter in this graph option. Then graph element option. Suppose you want to change color of this graph, then Then suppose you select any color. Okay. So your color will change. The color of graph will change. So if you want to change the color setting, then enter in graph option from view, graph elements, bar area pie, fill area, and in fill area, you put any color as per your requirement and you give OK. Then again you enter in open view option, graph option. So after view and graph option, enter in graph element, enter in graph element, and in graph element, bar area pie, this option, bar area pie. Suppose you want to give label above bar, you want to show your data. So it will display your data in graph. So now your data is visible here. So now your data is visible here. Again, I'm saying option view, graph, and in graph option, if you enter in element part, bar area pie, even if you want to say label in, if you opt label in, then your data will come in these pools. So graph option, graph elements, and label above bar. So this is there. Then you can give name to this file. So to give name to this file, you can change from here. Okay. One message I have received, and that is, sir, you are too fast. You could please slow a bit while doing these steps. Thank you for this message. Because in online session, it is very difficult to judge that at what speed I am going and at what speed you are operating. So thank you for that message. Again, from your file, open the file as a spreadsheet. Then view option, graph option. In graph option, from graph element, just come to label part. And if you want to change the label, either you want label above bar, either you want label in bar, so that you can operate from here. So please give your message. If you come to this part, put your message that you have done up to this, then we will proceed further. Yes, okay. So now we have received a message that you have done it. So Dr. Nishita Julius Caesar, okay. Yes, go ahead, sir. Then if you put third click on this graph, then you have save graph to this option. If you put third click on this graph, it will give you save graph option. Then you give any name to this file. And you decide the place where you want to save it. Suppose I want to save it on desktop workshop file only. So this is my bar chart. So I will give bar. The good option with eViews, why we are going with eViews, you can have a PDF file, you can have a JPG file in whatever format you want, you can save this file. So if you want to save in JPG format, you can save in JPG format. If you click OK, then in your workshop file or where you have stored it, from there, you can open this file in whatever format you have stored. Suppose again, you put third click, save graph to disk, you give any name, you decide where you want to store it. And you save it as a PDF, then you can save this file as PDF. Okay. So you can save this file as PDF. All participants, if you have done these steps, then we will go for step 2. Okay, yes, third click on the diagram part, on you can keep third click and you can have save graph. Yes. So from save graph, you can save this graph in any mode. Okay. Dr. Jyoti Shukla message I have received done. Dinesh Gamit done. Ankur Tharwa, Miss Jinal John, Dr. Nitasha Khatri. Okay. Now close this one. Now we have to open another file. You can either keep this window here and you can go to file, again open new file, foreign data, from your exact location where you have stored your file, Excel file, open it. Once you receive this message, come to this and give option M bar chart, multiple bar chart. So give multiple bar chart option. Again, I am saying file option, open foreign data as work file. Then where exactly you have stored your file, browse it. Then you will receive this box, and in this box, you select you want to go for multiple bar chart. You can directly click on finish and yes, and you can have this. Now you have a box where you can see your February car sales is there. Your January car sales is there. Even it shows for different city. Now you can select this both February car sale and January car sale. Select this both. So first you put your click on January car sales, then February car sales, then put third click and in open as a group file. Open as a group file. So select both file, go to open option and open as a group file. Okay, how to click both file? Control and click on first one. Control and click on second one. So control and click on first one and control and click on both. So when you select both file, put your finger on control button, select first one, select second one, and then third click, open as a group. So now you can see this file. So now you have this worksheet in eViews format that you have exported from your Excel file. Then in view option, again graph. Sir, how to click on both files? For that, I have already told that to click on both file, put your finger on control button. Then first you click on January car sale, then February car sale. And after that, third click, open as a group file. Then view and graph. Now, what advantage we have? What advantage we have of eViews that you will see here, that in this option, either you can have this as a single graph, multiple graph series. You can have all diagrams on a single graph. So this, you can have all diagrams on a single graph. Similarly, you can have all diagrams in multiple graphs. Again, I am showing you. Open as group file, view, graph, bar, and as a single graph. So first we will keep at a single graph. Here there is an option, you can either keep it as a raw data, mean, median. So all options are available. So very first we will go for raw data only and single graph only. Single graph. So now you have this. Now after coming to this, I hope you have all have come to this. After coming to this, yes, Dr. Jyoti Shukla. Ruhullah, Vinesh Gamit. So I have received message from several students. Suppose you click on object view option, if you click on, if you put your click on object view option and row, object view option and row, then draw arrow. Okay. Before this, you need to freeze this graph. So freeze this graph. When you click on freeze graph and you put OK click, it will show you this. So again, I am saying you freeze this graph. So once you will freeze this graph, you can operate in this. So object, view option, draw arrow. Once you click on draw arrow, you can put arrow like this and you can show it is falling down. Similarly, in object view option, draw, if you draw ellipse, you can show something happening here. Similarly, option so again, enter in view option, draw rectangle, and you can put a rectangle here. So EVs give you this sort of facility of drawing. Apart from this, and this you can do after freezing your file. This you can do after freezing your file. After this, you can use this template option. You can use this template option. So in template option, if you select midnight version, and OK, then your graph will convert in midnight version. So template, from template, predefined templates. So you can go for midnight version. You can have so this is also one version, Spartan version. So from template option, you can change the graphical formation or look of your graph. So this is Spartan, so it will come like this. From template, if you want to see your graphical presentation in magazine format, it will come like this. If you want to change template in newspaper format, it will come like this. So this you can save. This you can save for, suppose you are writing a newspaper article, then for your article, figure 1 or graph 1, you can give any name. eViews provide you such options that for newspaper version or for magazine or for night version, if you want to save, so even you can save it as EMF file, JPG file, PNG file, GIF file, even for latex. So that options is given to you. So this is the advantage of using eViews, that you can save your graph as per your requirement. So I hope you have done up to now. You are with me. Because in online mode, it is very difficult to understand. So I request you to put your message that at least you have practiced up to now. Okay, we have received several messages that you are following us. Okay.
Sir, can we use any Excel file as well? Or we have to have the eView file created?
No, you can use, that is your own choice, but eViews is just giving you one option. So you can, obvious, you can go with Excel or eViews. That depends on your own requirement. So your own requirement is important. There is not, any compulsion on you that you should use eViews only, but eViews gives you this sort of option. If these
Okay.
sort of options are available in Excel, then you should go. There is no issue. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that is it.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Now, we will close down these bars and all, and we will open new file. And one thing, whatever file you have stored, you have imported through Excel, like this file. If you delete this file and if you want to save this file, then eViews will not allow you because it is student version. So it will give you message, work file cannot be saved in student version lite. So this is the biggest limitation of student version software. How you can save that file, particular file. So in that case, I will say, whatever graph you have created, you put third click on that graph and you can save it, or you have done freeze, and even after freeze, if you want to save, you can save. Even if you have changed the template, like newspaper format, and even after that, if you want to save, so obvious you can save it. Save as a graph. So put third click and simply you can save. Or you can give any name here and you can save it as a graph, but you put third click and save, store at the some location where you want to store it. Suppose save graph to disk, and then if I give any name to it, and if I save it at the location where I am storing my all files, so that depends on you, that where you want to save. So that is not an issue. So I said that eViews does not allow you to store whatever file, Excel file you have imported. eViews does not allow to store it in student version. But paid packages for individual, it cost near about 90,000 somewhere. For academic institution, it depends. If you are taking it for 5 units, 10 units, so it cost 2 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh. So that is issue. But obvious, as you are getting free version, you can utilize. It is also useful. So again, now we will open. Now we will open from our workshop file. We will open this. I will show you. So after opening this, the trend file after and finish it and come to this. Yes. Now here you have here you have share price of Axis Bank, Bajaj Financial Services and Sensex Index. And total 1641 observations are there. Obviously, you can open it up as individually. Individually, you can check graph that you can do. So individually, you can check graph. But if you open up as a multiple file, again, I'm saying to open multiple file, you put your finger on control button, click on Axis, CP Bajaj Financial Services and Sensex. Then take out your finger from control button, then put third click, open as a group, view as a graph. Suppose you want to see this at a single graph, on a single graph, it will show you like this. So when you see it on a single graph, your price of Axis Bank share price or Bajaj Financial Services, that file that is visible, but how Sensex is going, that is not visible. So first we can have a look like this. These are the files. And in graph, single graph, files are not properly visible. So come to, okay, I'm repeating again. So once you have come to, once you have opened up this file or you have imported this file from your Excel, you can put your finger on control and you click on these three objects. You click on three objects, third click, open as a group, and you can have this. After this, if you open as a group and in a single graph, you will have this sort of look. So single graph does not give you better look. So you decide that you will go for a multiple view. So you are now entering in multiple graph option. So you are going in multiple graph option. In multiple graph option, if you click and OK, so now you have this multiple. Okay. So what is advantage of these? In this graph, you want to compare that. Okay, I should repeat. I should repeat once again. Putting your finger on control button, then CP axis, select CP Bajaj Financial Services and Sensex, three objects. Take your finger from control button, put third click on object as a group. As a group, you will see this. Then graph. In graph, you select just line and symbol graph and you select that multiple graph option. In multiple graph option, you will see this sort of. And in this option, you are observing that in Bajaj Financial Services, somewhere here, the stock price has fallen suddenly, and you want to have a close look on it. Then at bottom side, this one is showing your first observation. On at this side, 1641, it is showing your last observation. So now directly come to you put your click on this line. Okay. The first is showing you first observation here at bottom side. The one is showing you your first observation at left side, and at right side of your hand 1641, that is showing you your. So you can put click here and you can shift your cursor, but it will go very slowly up and down. Similarly from that side also. So you put your cursor and on this band and you drag it. If you drag it directly up to somewhere 250, somewhere here, and from this side drag this up to a level, then you can closely observe the trend that what has happened at this particular time. So similar, when you are using some higher model or you want to observe the graphic trends from a close look, then this is very important. Then this option will be very helpful to you, because you can observe closely that what is the similarity between the trend of Sensex, share price of Bajaj Finance, and share price of Axis. Similarly, at this end, somewhere you drag this. At this end, you drag these, you take the range. So your range will be somewhere from 1100 or 1000, shift to 1100, more near. So more near to 1100. Okay, this is 1100. Now you see at this point, sharp fall in Sensex index, that is accompanied by share price of Bajaj Finance Service as well as share price of Axis Bank. So at this point of time, especially you can say it is 1217 observation, your 1217 observation. So that particular day, maybe some news has occurred or maybe some incident has occurred that has sensitized the stock market, and that is why all share price are following in a similar trend. They have some sort of sharp fall or they have some sort of sharp rise. So
Dr. Prashant, sir?
yes,
Sir, we have 30 minutes to go.
yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Lastly, in graph, I will show you that. Lastly, in graph, I will show you in default. If you choose in default, right now you are using raw data. In default, right now you are using raw data. In default, right now you are using raw data. So here there is an option that is default version. So you are using raw data. Difference, it will show the change in share price or in percentage change. So this sort of advantage you have when you apply graphic techniques with e-views, that in percentage change at particular time, what kind of percentage change has happened. So you can have close look at this also. So now the graphic point, these are the advantage of e-views, especially those who want to work with time series analysis, and they want to observe compare the multiple series, and they want to see is there any structural break or is there any similarity in trends, then these graphical techniques will be very much useful. And now I am deleting this. Now, so my first part of presentation, that on graph, that I have completed. Even in PPT, I have explained few things that I will share with you. And now I will explain correlation analysis. Basically, I hope that you all are little bit aware about correlation analysis, that it is originated from Carl Pearson around 1900, and the correlation coefficient describe the strength and direction of the relationship. So correlation coefficient describe the strength and direction of relationship between two set of internal scale or ratio scaled variable. Internal scaled or ratio scaled variable. So I hope that already you have studied about descriptive statistics, and in descriptive statistics, level of measurement is explained to you, like nominal data, that can be your eye color, that can be your gender, that can be your caste. So anything labeled to you in what is your education. So that sort of data, that is your nominal data. In ordinal data, that can be a level of satisfaction. So in ordinal data, you can have some sort of comparison. And in interval data, that can be temperature, but interval data cannot be absolutely zero. Like you can say temperature is zero, but in actual terms, temperature can never be zero. That is a relatively temperature is zero, but at zero level of temperature, what exactly temperature is that, that sort of, issues are there. It cannot be a true zero value. Temperature cannot have a true zero value. So those data which do not have true zero value, they consider as an interval. And ratio data where you have true zero value, like your height can be zero, age can be zero. So that sort of data. So coefficient correlation, that describe the strength of and direction of two variables. That variables can be either in interval fall or ratio fall, or you can say set ranks. That is a later discussion. And whenever you observe correlation, you should be ensured that there should be some cause and effect relationship, as you cannot correlate hours of sleep and height of person, because there is no cause effect relationship, causal relationship. So there should be some cause effect relationship. As a scientific researcher of your subject, you should have understanding that these two variables are affecting each other. Nowadays there is one debate, that debate on work life balance. Like Infosys ex-CEO, he commented that weekly young people should work for 70 hours. Even L&T chairman as in Subramaniam, he said young people should work for 90 hours. Then someone may comment, why there is one should work for 120 hours. So that is a debate. Now you want to compare working hours and stress level. Suppose there are two branches of one corporate bank, and in one corporate bank for 1 month you keep working hour schedule, that is for 8 hours only, and in another bank you keep working hours for 12 hours, and you compare the stress level of individuals and you find correlation. So similarly, working hour and real output. So you can create a control environment of a same corporate company, two branches. You can change their working hours and you can check real output, and you can look on a correlation coefficient. So even data is available that official working hours in nations and divorce rate. So divorce rate in nations and official working hours in nations, and you can have a correlation. In fact, working hour isn't a single factor that affects divorce. There are other factors. So if you have low correlation, then you may go for other kind of correlation, especially like in India. Culturally, you believe that your husband is God. That philosophy is created that your husband is your God. So female, they are treating their husband as a God. So obvious in that sort of cultural atmosphere where divorce is not socially acceptable much in society. So in that sort of society, divorce rate will be lower. Okay. So in management, you can compare for work-life balance. Suppose you can have a correlation. This is in education and psychology. You can have correlation between hours of studying and exam score, or hours of study and IQ score, hours spent in study and hours spent in sleeping, hours spent in study and school rating. You can have correlation. So in education also, you can use correlation. In medical science, this paper I have copied, I have taken from Sage publication, and I will show you this particular paper for your reference. So in medical science also, this is very good article I will share with you, because this article, the use of correlation coefficient is discussed. That in medical field, if you use correlation coefficient, what kind of limitations may come. So like in this diagram, the scatter plot is displayed. The correlation coefficient is 0.37, correlation coefficient is 0.67. Here there is an outliner. So I will share this paper after discussing this. I will share, so you will read it and you will understand what kind of problems that may occur in any field. Here it is discussed in terms of medical, that how correlation coefficient, that result one should be remain careful. So the 10 caveats of interpreting correlation coefficient in anesthesia and intensive care research. This publication I have taken from Sage publication, that is anesthesia intensive care. Okay. And it is a reputed journal. So even with correlation, I want to show that with correlation, you can have a study, and if you debate properly, then you can present that study in reputed journals. It depends on your topic, either that topic is suitable for correlation or not, as I have shown that. So obvious consumption saving relationship, firm's profit and R&D expenditure, price and sales correlation, number of calls and actual sales correlation, video views and number of subscribers. If you have more subscribers, naturally you may have more video views. But if you take real data and if you check the correlation, then you will have some sort of information. Workout hours and body weight, number of days diet use and body weight. So you can know the strength and direction of correlation. So very first step to know correlation, I think that is a scatter plot. I hope most of you have understanding of scatter plot, that later on I will display that how e-views will help you to develop scatter plot. So if your scatter plots, it shows like in first diagram, it is in one line and it is upwards, and then perfectly positive correlation. The slope is perfectly linear and it is downward, then it is perfectly negative correlation. If these spots are not on same line and it is little scattered, then low degree of correlation, either it can be positive, either it can be negative. If the in scatter diagram, if these dots are around line, then you can say high degree of positive correlation, high degree of negative correlation. And if there is no trend, similar trend, and it is scattered, then it has no correlation. For that, so after observing scatter diagram, we will go for correlation coefficient, that is denoted as R. This coefficient correlation, it is for sample data. So we know its maximum value can be +1, its minimum value can be -9. So its range is from +1 to -1. And we are knowing about that what could be a high degree of correlation, what could be as it is near to 0, it will be low degree of correlation. As it is near to 1, it is high degree of correlation. Basically, this is I don't want to enter in this. Okay. Now this case study. Profit on the sale of vehicles and the age of person that purchase the vehicle. That this case study I have taken from the reference book. Even I have cited the reference book, which shows that profit on a scale of sale of vehicle and age of person that purchase vehicle. For that correlation scatter diagram, it shows just wait. It shows this sort of plot. So low degree of correlation is there. The correlation value is 0.262. There are 180 respondents. So, the low correlation is that. And with this, if you want to take decision that advertisement to attract old age customer is advisable or not, that firm should attract more old age customers for their sales because that is more profitable. In that case, if you want to check the significant level of your correlation, then you have to apply t-test. And in t-test, in t-test, you have to see that is t-test is applied that whatever correlation coefficient you have received for your sample data, it is true for your population data or not. So you can have put a hypothesis that P, your null hypothesis will be there is a no correlation, and your alternative hypothesis will be you have positive correlation. And then if your calculative value is greater than critical value or your p value is less than 0.05, you will reject your null hypothesis and you will go. Now technically I will show you how it works. Okay. So on Excel, I'm going on file option. From file option to open work file. From there to you will browse where you have saved your file. Then only once have a look at file. So you will select, because I'm aware about the, even time. So we will select P correlation file. We will select P correlation file, finish. Yes. Now you want to check correlation between age and body weight, or you can want to check correlation between age and weekly milk intake. You will have this file. So again, select this file in group age and weekly milk intake. Open as a group. Then from view, covariance analysis. Then enter in view and covariance analysis. Enter in view and covariance analysis. Then you will have this correlation and probability. Correlation and probability. You tick on correlation and probability. Then you will have correlation value between age and weekly milk intake, and you have p value that is less than 0.05. So you say your null hypothesis, that is there is no correlation between these two variables, that is rejected, and you find there is a correlation between these two. And 0.76 or 0.77, that is high correlation, and this relationship is significant. Again, from view option, covariance analysis. From view option, covariance analysis. So from this spreadsheet to view option, covariance analysis, then tick on correlation and probability. Tick on correlation and probability. After clicking on correlation and probability, you put OK, you can have this. Where you will have a correlation value and you will have p value. So you can prove, you can have a strength of correlation, you can know the direction of correlation and significant of your result. there the correlation is significant. So with more authenticity, you can go for your decision. But here in this case, where your correlation value is low, when your correlation value is low, though outcome is significant, but in case of practical application, you may use some sort of Delphi technique and you may have discussion with your experts and you can take decision. Because firmly you cannot say this, though this correlation is coefficient, though it is positive, but as it is very low, so you should not go for this sort of result. Similarly, suppose you go to file option, open file, foreign data workshop file again, and you open from your workshop work file, you select a correlation, then you can have a correlation matrix. If you select this file, it will open like this. You select all files. With shift also you can select shift and down arrow. For selection like this, if you want to select more, please put your finger on shift, down arrow. You can select all file, third click, open as a group. After opening this spreadsheet, again view covariance analysis, click on correlation and probability. You can have this. You can have this. Even at this point of time, if you click on statistics, then it will show you descriptive statistics. Mean, median, standard deviation, skewness, kurtosis, Jagg-Bara test, probability, sum of all values, number of observation. So this is advantage. This is advantage of using e-views. Suppose you select only 2 files. You put third click, open as a group, view, graph, and you can have a scatter plot. You cannot apply if you do not repeat this with me, because you can do it later on. So if you select 2 series, if you go for scatter plot diagram, then you will have this sort of scatter plot diagram. It is showing positive relationship. How exact it is, you don't understand. Then you go for this, you click at correlation and probability, and you have this value 0.637 and p-value, that is significant relationship. So it is that. After correlation, in just, I request that I want more, just 5 or 7 minutes, and I will complete this. Partial correlation measure the strength and direction of a linear relationship between 2 continuous variables while controlling the effect of the third variable. This process may have independent and dependent variable, but technically partial correlation does not distinguish them. In regression, we mention them loudly and in actual practice. Obviously, we should have understanding which variable is dependent and independent, but we do not notice it loudly in partial correlation. Example, studying the relationship between hours of training and sales, assuming the year of experience is constant. Hours of training to a salesman. Hours of training to a salesman, that is your one variable. Second variable, that is sales done by the salesman. And third is experience of salesperson. If you want to have correlation for hours of training and sales, ignoring year of experience, then you can go for partial correlation. Similarly, quantity of fertilizer and crops yield, correlation between them, keeping temperature, rainfall of season and weather variable as a constant variable. And third example, players' stress level and their run score, keeping their training sessions hours as a constant. So these are the three examples. Here you can have few assumptions that at least both variable are measured with the same measure like ratio or interval scale. At least you have one control variable. It is also continuous. There should be a linear relationship. There should be no significant outliers. Variables should be normally distributed. These sort of assumptions. And for partial correlation, this is equation, and you can have this. Then let us practice for partial correlation. So we will go for our spreadsheet. So we will open that new spreadsheet of partial correlation. That is file, open, foreign data, then exact location where file is, and from workshop, the P correlation data and finish. Yes, linking them. Then here, suppose you want to check correlation between body weight and milk intake, and keeping age as a control variable. So open first these three files as a group file. If you open it in a group file, then enter in a view option. From view option, covariance analysis. Here correlation and probability, and here you put your control variable, age. So you, in this box of covariance analysis, click on correlation, probability. You are checking probability for significant level and put age as a constant variable. So now you will have correlation between body weight and milk intake, and you are assuming that age is not of significant. You are ignoring age as a factor. You are ignoring the effect of age as a factor that affects body weight. You are finding correlation between body weight and milk intake only. Then you will have this. Now we are, because here it will show nothing because age is a constant factor. The correlation is 0.41 and p value is less than 5. Okay, but you can accept this. And as correlation value is low, you can say, if correlation value comes low, you can say there are other variables which are also explaining the body weight, so that you may go for some other study. I think it is 8 and 5, and my presentation part is over, and thank you one and all. With this, I am ending my session, and just last part I am repeating, view your spreadsheet that shows 3 variables, from that to covariance analysis, from that you select on correlation and probability. In this partial analysis, series or group, for conditioning, here you put your age as a conditioning factor, and you can have this. You can have this. And lastly, just 2 minutes. This I am demonstrating this. Yes, yes. Suppose relationship between Sensex and Bajaj Financial share and keeping Axis share price as a constant. So you can open this file. You can go in view. You can go this. I am demonstrating partial correlation. So here you can have CP excess share price as a conditional variable, and that is, and you put OK, then you will have this. That between Sensex and Bajaj Financial share, keeping Axis share price as a conditional variable or controlling variable, you can have high correlation between that, and accordingly you can take decision. So this is end of my session. I am
Thank you so much, Dr. Prashant Vadikar, sir, for providing us with an intense session on graphing techniques and correlation analysis using eViews. We thank you, sir, for sparing your time from your busy schedule, and we would be grateful to you. Now, I would request participants to ask one or two questions due to paucity of time. Later on, you can contact the resource person and share your questions and queries with him. If anyone has question, kindly open your mic and please ask the question. Okay. So I would take this as of now, everybody is able to get the session very well. Thank you so much, Dr. Prashant Wadikar, sir, once again for sharing your insights on the topic. I would also like to thank Vivekananda Global University, AIVGU, AADC, Jindal Center for Global South, OP Jindal University, Jammu and Kashmir Economic Association, the Cafe Economics, and the organizers and the directors of the program and the workshop, Dr. Firdos Malik sir and Dr. Bhagirat Baria, for providing me this wonderful opportunity to moderate this session today. I would also like to thank participants for being cooperative during the sessions and maintaining the decorum of the sessions. I also would like to wish everyone wonderful sessions ahead. And for today, I would like to end the session as of now. You can personally contact Dr. Prashant Vadekar, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Prashant, sir. At the end of the session, I would request everyone to please open your camera so that we can conduct one or two photographs. If you are in a good position and the background is very clear, please allow me some time so that I can capture one or two photographs. I would request everyone to kindly open their cameras. Dr. Prashant sir, if it is possible for your good self. Please give me a minute or two. I would capture the photographs. Those who do not have proper view in their cameras, please close your cameras. Smile, everyone.
IT, you are requested to kindly stop the recording. And it is requested to all the participants that tomorrow we are going to start our session by 12 p.m. As on the beginning, I have told you all that 90% attendance is compulsory to get the workshop certificate. So kindly keep this in mind. We are having attendance of you all from this Zoom. So I hope you are going to join tomorrow sharply. Thank you.
Devanshi ma'am,
Yes, please.
I just wanted to know, are we having the same time tomorrow or the timing are different?
The timing, as sir said, that it is around 12 o'clock.
In the afternoon?
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
once again, I would request sir to update in the WhatsApp group of the participants. So sir will update by tonight.
Okay. But ma'am, I believe that most of the people who are joining these sessions are would be working somewhere or the other, would be in the teaching only. So everyone would be having their classes at that
Actually,
particular
I have
time.
actually we have circulated the flyer
Ji.
before in this flyer. If you check the workshop, it is clearly
Ji.
mentioned there.
But
So
sir,
it will be sharp 12 p.m. So you have to
that's fine.
join it. You
That's
all
fine. But
have
sir,
to join, try yourself. We understand that you people are working, some people are having classes, but you have to manage it. And I will be sharing the Zoom link by evening itself. Attendance is 90% compulsory.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
now as the session is complete, you are requested to leave the meeting now. Thank you very much.
Everybody can leave the meeting. Thank you.